Hey guys, this is section 3.3 of James Stewart's Calculus Early Transcendentals 9th edition, and I'm going to walk you through how to solve this problem number 13. Okay, so first thing to notice is that this is a fraction, which means you got a top and you have a bottom, and that's basically your hint. Every time you see a fraction with a top and a bottom and it's asking you to take the derivative, that means you have to use the quotient rule because you have a fraction. The other thing is we're going to need three derivatives. The first one is the sign on top, then you got your constant 1, and then you have your cos. So you can find the derivatives on usually a formula sheet if it's a test, but it's probably best to memorize them because you save time. And they're at the start of the chapter. The derivative of sine of theta is just cos theta. The derivative of cos theta is negative sine theta. You gotta pay careful attention to this negatives in this problem. And finally, the derivative of 1 is just 0. Alright, so when someone's brand new to this, I like to basically get them to make the table because there's no way you can possibly mess up. And so the first thing to do is figure out what is the top of the quotient and just rewriting it. So the top here is sine theta. Nice and simple. And then of course the next question is what is the derivative of the top? And so the derivative of sine was just cos. The next question is what is the bottom? The bottom is this 1 plus cos theta. And then finally, what's the derivative of the bottom? Well, the derivative of 1 is 0, and the derivative of a cos is negative sine. When you're writing this, make sure you keep the negative. That's the number one place where you can mess up with these sine and cos functions. Now I write out the little formula, and then I just get all the information I need from the table. So the first thing is I'm thinking, what is g prime to theta? Well, I see on this table, where's g prime? Oh, it's right here. So I just write cos theta. The next thing, where's h? H is right here. H is 1 plus cos theta, so I write 1 plus cos theta. Now I put the minus. You got to remember there's a minus in this formula here. And then I have to go on my table and look for g of theta. G of theta is just sine theta. H prime of theta, that's right here. It's 0 minus sine theta. Simple enough. And then on the bottom is h of theta squared, so that's 1 plus cos theta squared. Yep, and so now we have to get on to the simplifying part. So the first thing which we can do is we can take this cos theta and we can multiply in. So you're going to get a cos theta plus a cos theta squared, like that. And now the second term, you're going to have a minus sine theta multiplied by 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is just 0, so you can kind of ignore this first term. And then you're going to have a minus sine theta times a minus sine theta. So because it's a minus times a minus, you're going to end up with a positive sine squared theta. Now we're going to use a little, for this next step, we're going to use a trig identity. And the trig identity is basically it's cos squared theta plus sine squared theta is equal to 1. So we can just more or less cancel this all off, and in its place we just write 1. And then that's basically what we're doing. We're just using that little trig identity there that's kind of hidden by my head. And now, if you notice, the top and bottom here now look the same. So I can basically cross off the top, and I can cross off this little 2. And what you're end up with here, when you do your cancellation, is you get a 1 on the top, and then you still have 1 plus cos theta on the bottom. And this ends up being our answer here. Alright, I hope this walkthrough helped you guys. I encourage you guys, if you have the opportunity, to go through and do it again on your own, and then just compare your answer to what you get from the video. It's one thing to see it being solved, it's another thing to solve it yourself. I have several questions in a row, so if you have an opportunity to, maybe watch my videos and then go to the first video and try to solve and double check your answer. It's probably your best way to learn. First, learn how to do it correctly, and then let it fade out of your memory a little bit and go back and try to do it yourself once you've forgotten it. And hopefully you'll be able to recall a bit of the steps, and it's going to slowly ingrain into your memory because you're both learning it once and then you're using it a couple minutes later. Good luck, guys.